Hello, friends. Welcome to our gratitude day. Today is day 3. We're going to talk about gratitude. This is one of the best concepts or topics, subjects. It's amazing. It's going to move right along nicely with what we've been learning, with our thoughts and our assumptions. So we're going to start to replace some of our negative thoughts with gratitude, and you'll see what I mean here. So let's get started. All right, I love this quote from Marcus Aurelius. I have it right near my bed, actually, so I see it as soon as I wake up in the morning. But this is just going to be about the power of gratitude, from scarcity to abundance. And yes, the challenge is called Quake Challenge. I like to say that we're making a tectonic shift, so an internal major shift in our perspective. Marcus Aurelius, I love Stoic philosophy. He's so wise. I have his book that was a meant to be a journal. It was his personal journal, and it was published many years later. He has so many good things in there. But he says, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. So these things that he's thankful for, breath, life, the ability to think, to enjoy, to love. Why would you want to have gratitude for simple things like that? Well, I will tell you why. So let's keep going here. It rewires our brains for happiness. When we start to notice the little things and be grateful for them, we're going to notice more. So our brains are hardwired to focus on what's missing. That has helped us to survive in the past. But if we constantly focus on lack, we will only see more of what's missing. We could miss opportunities for connection, joy, and growth. So I don't know if you've heard of the law of attraction, but basically the way it works is what we focus on is what is going to come into our life. If we're always afraid, living in fear, we're going to notice more things to be afraid of. But if we're living in a place of gratitude, we're going to notice more things to be grateful for. We'll be happier. So who doesn't want that? So how do we rewire our brains for abundance? Using real life scenarios. So I'll give you some examples here. So we're going to quake the old belief. That just means like we're going to shake it up and dump it. Basically, we're destroying the old belief and rebuilding. So old programming is our scarcity mindset. I never have enough. Life is unfair. People don't appreciate me. Things never go my way. These are also what I refer to as victim identities or indulgent emotions, like just things that keep you stuck, okay? Nobody wants to be stuck, but it's hard to find your way out sometimes when you're super stuck. Super stuck. Yeah, I can talk today. So I don't edit my videos, that's gonna stay in there. New programming, abundance mindset. I have more than I realize. Life gives me opportunities every day. I can appreciate myself and others now. Even setbacks hold value. I can grow from them. Also in Stoic philosophy is another Marcus Aurelius quote, the obstacle is the way. So what stands in the way becomes the way. And that means, I really believe this, any obstacle or challenge that you have in life is there to make you stronger. It is part of your training. When you can see things that way, it's hard to have a bad day. Like something has to go really, really wrong for you to have a bad day. Even you could have a tragic thing happen, like your house could flood or burn down, and you could just look at it and say, I know something good will come of this. I know something good will come of this. So that is the power of gratitude and having positive thoughts in your mind. If you keep them there, hold on to them and focus on them, you will fulfill. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will find something good to come out of it. So this is a very powerful lesson today. So gratitude isn't about ignoring what is wrong. It's about noticing what's right. All of these lessons you have to take within reason. I'm not talking about like, oh, my house is burning down. Okay, I'm just going to leave my kids in there too. Nope, grab your kids. Like, you don't want to ignore something that's going wrong. You want to act reasonably, safely, and move on, move through it. Have the tough emotions, but look for the gifts after because they'll always be there. So gratitude retrains our brain to scan for positivity, which leads to higher resilience, success, happiness, and many other positive things. So here is one of the challenges that I'm going to give you. Every day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Do this for the remainder of the challenge and tell me how it changes your life. Okay? So whether you're staying on only for the trial period or whether you're signing up for the whole 30-day challenge, do this anyways. If you're not doing the rest of the challenge, still write down every day 3 things you're grateful for and let me know how it goes for you. It's such a good habit. My kids and I were doing it together for a while. We kind of fell out of the pattern, but you should do it. I should pick it back up with them. All right. So we're going to talk about some other challenges. This first one uses all of your senses. So sensory, this is a great way also to like be present, learning to be present and be in the moment, which decreases depression and anxiety. So start with your sight, a color or view that makes you feel good. You can write this down or just something to think about as you go through the gratitude practices. A sound, a voice, music, or nature sound that soothes you. These can be like from your childhood too. Smell, a scent that brings comfort or nostalgia. Touch, a texture that brings peace. And taste, a flavor that you savor. So this first one reminds me of when I was a little girl, my mom and dad would sometimes go out on dates or they were musicians too, so they would go record sometimes and leave us with a sitter. And my mom had this cool leather pocketbook, and she always had Trident peppermint gum in it. And so the smell of like peppermint mixed with leather, I don't know, there was a candle that I think Yankee Candle made a few years ago. It's discontinued, but it reminded me of her pocketbook because I used to love going through her purse when I was little and see like what she had in there for makeup and maybe take some gum. But I just think like that's a really powerful one. Like any sensory type exercises, they're great. And you can do them with kids too, to teach them gratitude. So this next one, flip the script. Whenever you catch yourself thinking a scarcity-based thought today, pause and rewrite it in an abundant way. So an example, I never have enough time. You could reframe that to, I can prioritize what matters most. So then we have a gratitude timer. Set an alarm on your phone 3 times today. When it rings, write down one thing you're grateful for in that exact moment. I would suggest try doing this during a high stress moment. And not to add to your plate, but how hard is it to just hit stop on the alarm? Quickly think of something to be grateful for. Like it's like hitting the reset button if you're having a stressful moment. In my house, a lot of times those are the transition times, like getting out the door in the morning or coming back from school and work in the afternoon or bedtime. So give those a try. You can do one, you can do all. There's a couple more here. So the Quake gratitude challenge, you can do this in your journal. Use the acronym to reflect on gratitude. So Q could be quality moments. U, unexpected blessings, something you didn't plan for but appreciate. A could be acts of kindness, whether given or received. K, knowledge gained, something new that you've learned. I love learning. I'm a big reader, but I need to start putting out some value in content and less reading at this point. So, E is emotional wins, a moment you handled something better than before. That's a big deal. I say like focus on the E there because when you're doing this mindset and perception challenge, the emotional wins should really start to stand out, and those will give you momentum to keep going because it does get hard. There are definitely some tough moments. So, number 5, community gratitude exchange. So you can do this on your main profile page. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it in the event page. We don't have the group together until we go into the full experience, but can post in the Quake Challenge community or event page. What is something someone did for you that made a big difference in your life? Oh, made a difference in your life, big or small. And you can tag them, tell them today. Alternatively, if you want to write a old-fashioned thank you note and drop it in the mail, I think that's really cool too. So that is the end of your free trial period. And I want to say thank you if you've been watching these videos and participating. And I will send a little more information on what is going on. If you'd like to continue, I'll let you know some of the topics we're going to cover and how the pace is kind of determined. And if you have any questions or breakthroughs, please message me, and I will be sending an email for you coming up here very shortly.